Hey everybody, happy Aquarius season, happy early Mercury retrograde season, you guys. Who's ready for the first retrograde of 2020 next month in February? So Mercury goes retrograde, you guys, on February 17th. Who's excited for it? Now, we talked about Mercury retrograde a lot on this channel. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, like this video, comment, and share with your friends and family. And also make sure when you subscribe and you hit the bell, you hit all notifications, okay? And if you want a personal reading from me, make sure you check out my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. I actually don't have the thingy up, but my website is LamarrTownsendTarot.com, and I am available for readings, and I would love to read for you. So, you guys, hey everybody, happy Mercury retrograde season. We're almost in Mercury retrograde shadow period. Hey Stacy, hey Diana, hey it's Courtney. So, you guys, like I was saying, we talk about Mercury retrograde a lot on this YouTube channel, and you guys know that Mercury retrograde has a shadow period. It has a shadow period before and after. So pretty soon we'll be entering the Mercury retrograde shadow period. Now, I'm going to test you all's astrology knowledge, and I'm going to ask you all, what does Mercury rule? Like when Mercury retrograde happens, what tends to be affected the most? I want to see if you guys know. Hey, Queen Bella. Hey, it's Courtney. Hey, honey. Diana says my birthday is tomorrow, just in time for Mercury retrograde. Yes, Diana. Well, happy early birthday. I will say though that it's happening before the retrograde, so you should be pretty good. I hate retrograde. We all hate retrograde. Hello. Hey, Deborah. Communication. Mercury retrograde does affect communication. Oh my God. Delays in communication can be expected during the Mercury retrograde shadow period, but also during Mercury retrograde. Good one, honey. You know your stuff. Yes. Technology. Yes, Diana. Mercury retrograde also affects technology. Exactly, honey. It also affects technology. So if you've been having your phone messing up, if you've been having your internet messing up, I know I've been having my internet acting up these past few days, that's Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde also rules. Well, Mercury retrograde, let's talk about that in general. It's interesting because when people think about Mercury retrograde, I feel like they think about Gemini only, which was the third house, which does rule communication, intellect, the mind, travel, short distance travel more so, which, that also rules our car as well. So that's often why things happen with our car too. But we can't forget about the sixth house with Mercury retrograde. The sixth house with Mercury retrograde rules orderliness. It rules organization. That's why a lot of things tend to get just organized during Mercury retrograde. The sixth house also rules our job and our work and our health. All right. So things may be coming up with those elements in your life during this time, during Mercury retrograde shadow period and the Mercury retrograde period. All right. So let's talk about, though, people who are psychics, people who are intuitive, people who are empathic, because you get hit during the Mercury retrograde shadow period like harder than the most. So I find that psychics, intuitives, empaths, witches, if you consider yourself a witch or things like that, people who operate in the element of energy, I find tend to do the worst during the Mercury shadow period. Like they get hit the worst. So be mindful of that. All right. The more you open up your third eye, the more these things will happen to you. All right. But I do find with Mercury retrograde, even when the worst happens to us, that like there's always kind of a silver lining and a meaning to everything. So I try not to get too upset when Mercury retrograde ruins certain plans I try to make. That's the thing I talk about in a lot of my videos. I actually did a couple videos on Mercury retrograde and how to prepare for it. But when it comes to planning in Mercury retrograde, it's not a good time to plan new things. Okay? I mean, definitely signs that are ruled by Mercury are affected. Exactly, that's true. Hey, Diana. Yes, Deborah, it does rule communication. It does affect communication. When does Mercury retrograde officially start? Mercury retrograde officially starts on February 17th. So 3 days after Valentine's Day. So that's going to be interesting. So on Valentine's Day, you guys better make sure that you schedule and you reserve your tables at these restaurants, ahead of time, honey. Because during Mercury retrograde, probably if you try to reserve a place on the day of Valentine's Day, or even a couple days before Valentine's Day, you're probably going to be out of luck. All right. So during Mercury retrograde, but also during Mercury retrograde shadow period, we're entering the shadow period. Now, depending on what astrologer, what psychic you speak to, the shadow period, it varies. It may start a week before the Mercury goes retrograde. It may start 5 days before Mercury goes retrograde. I believe it starts 2 weeks before Mercury goes retrograde. I think I add another week, though, because like I was talking to you guys about, I think I add another week because I'm a psychic, I'm an intuitive, I'm an empath. So I tend to get hit the hardest during the retrograde shadow period, not necessarily the retrograde itself. How that works, I'm still trying to figure that out. But, all right, there are some things you can do to protect yourself during the retrograde period. You can do candles. You can meditate. All right. The good thing about meditation, you guys, is that meditation allows you to center yourself enough to the point that you are able to maneuver past the wrenches that Mercury retrograde is naturally going to throw your way. So I don't want to spare you all. I'll spare you all the details of what recently happened to me, but Mercury retrograde definitely threw a huge wrench recently in my life. And it deals with like Mercury retrograde. It deals with Mercury. It deals with that communication, that technology, that traveling aspect. So, but deep down, I think my soul knows that there's a silver lining and there's a meaning to what's happening to me. And I think at this time, I just need to meditate. I need to do some protection candles. I actually have a protection candle going over there. You can't see it, but it's a good time to really center yourself during Mercury retrograde. Center your energy, all right, and protect your energy. All right, get some necklaces. This is not a protection necklace. You guys always ask me, what is this necklace? Okay, so this necklace is actually for love, but actually could be a good thing for Mercury retrograde, because Mercury retrograde does rule communication, right? So of course, naturally in love, we want to communicate. Communication is a very important part of that. So even wearing things like this, anything that can kind of negate, or what's the word I'm thinking of? Anything that you can do, like crystals are a good thing too. I'm going to go get this crystal I have over there, an amethyst. I actually want to do a video on this soon. Let me catch up with the comments though, because I'm just talking. Yes, I've been having phone issues. Exactly. Me too. Hey, Marlena. It's Courtney says, people haven't been understanding simple things. February 1st birthday. I'm a Gemini moon and rising. Yes. I'm a mixed blend as I'm a Sagittarius light worker. Oh, so you're a Sagittarius light worker. It's interesting, though, because Sagittarius is the polar opposite of Mercury, actually. Did you know that? Jupiter is the polar opposite of Mercury, all right? So with that being said, Sagittarius tend to be hit really hard during Mercury retrograde, which is funny because I'm a number-born Capricorn with Mercury and Mars Sagittarius, and I think 5th house in Sagittarius. But also Pisces gets hit really hard during Mercury retrograde. Did you guys know that? Because Pisces is co-ruled by Jupiter. So let me go get this crystal I have over here that I think is actually a good Mercury retrograde crystal, okay? Okay. By the way, hey everyone. Hey, 14 people in the room. I'm doing live readings. I'm just talking right now, but if you want a live reading, it is $10 for one question, $20 for two questions, $30 for three questions. I'm going to post the link to get a reading. Hi, Moon Baby. Aquarius season is just like Aquarius people. Weird AF. Child, I know that's right. Oops, that was the wrong link. I'm sorry, y'all. Here's the right link. I'm going to do a spiritual bath. That is really, really good. It's really good to do a spiritual bath. I have not done a spiritual bath in a day or two yet, so I'm definitely going to do one tonight. But yes, during Mercury retrograde season, take a spiritual bath. Now let's talk about crystals, you guys. This is an amethyst crystal, all right? Amethyst is actually good for spiritual protection. All right. Now it's interesting because you can get this in like crystal form. I keep this near my bed. You guys have probably seen this in some of my videos. Oh, by the way, this is actually a shungite stone bracelet. Shungite is actually good for protection as well. Shungite will actually take in negative energy, but it will just obliterate it. Shungite's a really interesting stone. I've done a video on that too. But shungite also repels negative energy. It repels, EMFs, Wi-Fi, and things like that. So I love this. But this is amethyst. Amethyst is good for also protection, like I was saying, protection from psychic attacks specifically. Now it's interesting, you guys, because Mercury retrograde does rule air. All right, so let's talk about that. Hey, Jacinta. I heard turmeric is good for baths. Turmeric is good for baths. Turmeric is more of a cleansing herb. So turmeric, it's more of like a cleansing purification herb. So turmeric won't necessarily, like, if you have any psychic debris on you, or if you have like a psychic attack or maybe black magic on you, turmeric is probably not the strongest herb to use. I would use basil or something like that. But turmeric is really, really good. I love turmeric. But you have to be careful though, because it will stay in your tubs. It'll go away eventually though. But hey, Latarsha, it's beautiful. Thank you guys. Thank y'all. Hi, Estoy. Yeah, turmeric does stain. So this is an amethyst crystal. Now it's interesting, you guys, because you can get amethyst almost anywhere. I have seen amethyst crystals at Home Goods. I don't know if you guys have a Home Goods where you live, or Marshalls or something like that. I actually got this one at a bookstore, interestingly enough. So the great thing I find and that I love about this new day and age is that the mainstream is becoming more open to my work and what I do. Spirituality lifestyle, tarot readings, psychic readings, blah, blah, blah. Right. But the thing I don't necessarily like about this sometimes is estoy bien balaka. I don't know what balaka means, but I know estoy bien means I think I'm good. So y tú. Muy bien. I speak un poquito Spanglish. I'm trying to actually learn more Spanish. But anyways, I took Spanish like all throughout high school. Okay, so let me go back to what I was talking about with the crystals. Okay, so with crystals, it's interesting, you guys. The thing I don't like necessarily about how mainstream or how spirituality, tarot readings, psychic readings is becoming a little bit more mainstream is that it's kind of like, to me, I'm seeing it a little bit becoming like a gimmick. But it's more than a gimmick. Crystals actually, for example, have the ability to heal. Amethyst is a healing stone. I almost called it a healing herb. Child, I wouldn't be surprised if you could probably chip some of it off and use it like as an herb form. I wouldn't, but anyways. But this is actually a healing herb. This heals your energy, literally from the inside out. It definitely is a good herb for. Why do I keep saying that? It's a good crystal for heartbreak. Amethyst. Amethyst is a good crystal for heartbreak. It's a good crystal for protection, once again, protection from psychic attacks, all right, and things of that nature. And like I said, you can get an amethyst anywhere, all right? Now, let's talk about Mercury retrograde itself. I love when African Americans speak Spanish. The accent is great and easy to understand. Yes, exactly. So let's talk about Mercury retrograde itself, you guys, and how Mercury retrograde is the time to go back and redo things. Okay. So if you've been having issues with protection. If you've been feeling the evil eye on you, if you've been feeling stressed or lethargic, it's a good time to review what may be the causes of those situations. So I will actually say Mercury retrograde is a good time to get psychic readings. It's a good time to, you know, delve into astrology, delve into your spirituality, all right, meditation and things like that, so that you can get more insight, all right, into what's holding you back, all right? That's why Mercury retrograde isn't necessarily a good time to start new things. Because once Mercury goes direct, things change really drastically. I feel like I've talked so much, you guys. This could be its own video by now. I might as well make this the video about amethyst, honey. But I'm just trying to like prepare you guys for Mercury retrograde, because I know there's something about this Mercury retrograde that's going to be a little bit powerful. They are all pretty powerful, but I think it's just because it comes in the era of Aquarius and Pisces that makes it a little bit more difficult to maneuver. Like some of you said, Aquarius energy can be a little bit confusing to deal with. Pisces energy can be even more confusing. All right. What do you guys think about Pisces? Because Mercury, I believe, goes direct around March 10th. But remember, I was telling you guys about the shadow period after. Y'all can roll your R's. Yeah. Yeah, and you guys, I don't know. You guys know, okay, let me get out of like reading mode and like psychic mode. You guys know I attract a lot of Spanish guys, Spanish men. And I just want to, I don't know. I've always attracted just like Spanish culture. So, like I said, I took a lot of Spanish in high school. So I know un poquito. All right. Pero means but, right? Or is pero something else? Pero, I want to learn more Spanish. So, hey, Maya. Yeah, you guys, if you guys want live readings, it is once again $10 for one question, 20 for two questions, 30 for three questions, so on and so forth. My mom is a Pisces. I so love them. I love Pisces. Yeah, so if you guys want a live reading, go ahead and send your payment to PayPal. Make sure you put your question in the PayPal notes, and I definitely will answer your question. All right. I'm also available for live readings or personal readings. I think I just said that backwards. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Means but. Okay. So pero means but. Yeah. I want to learn more Spanish. Pero. I just don't know the means to actually do that. I know the best way is to actually use it. Like there's a grocery store literally within walking distance where I live, and a lot of people speak Spanish. And it's funny because there's also like it's like a kind of shopping center up there, and there's a Family Dollar. And for a little while there was like a Spanish woman, and she was like kind of helping me with my Spanish. She taught me how to say hello or like good morning, good night, goodbye, like buenas noches. Buenos dias. And then there was another one. I forgot what she said. I should probably like. Hey, All Topics YouTuber. Your husband's a Pisces. That's interesting. Out of the water signs, the only signs I could see I could see myself dating a Cancer, but I'm like naturally attracted to Pisces and Scorpio. But that's because I have Pisces and Scorpio in my chart. So. Yes, Team Pisces. Hey. Love it. I'm jealous Spanish men are. Yes, a lot of Spanish men are fine. And I tend to attract a lot of Spanish men. Why, I don't know. But how do you say I don't know in Spanish? No. I don't know. No say. Is that how you say I don't know? So, you guys, we've just been talking really about Mercury retrograde and how to prepare for Mercury retrograde. I was telling you guys that it's a really good time to get crystals. And the great thing about crystals, and I'm going to do a video on this. I don't know if I want to make this a separate video. But you can put crystals, like you can wear crystals. Like I said, I have a crystal bracelet on right now, and I have so many other crystal bracelets around my apartment. But this is shungite. Shungite is a protective crystal stone. Now, the interesting thing also about shungite, you guys, I've done a video on this. Did anyone watch that video? The interesting thing about shungite is that you guys, it actually cleans water. Like it's actually a water purifier. So some crystals actually have the power to clean water. Now, I do have a lot more crystals out there. I actually have some crystals over there too. I could show you guys. Let me go show you the crystals I have over here. So, for example, another crystal is the black obsidian crystal. All right. This is a protective stone as well. Now, if you are an empath, you guys, an empath is basically someone that feels things. You feel energy, you feel emotions, you feel your intuition very intensely, right? And it's not just your emotions either. It's not even just your energies. It's other people's energies as well. Get a black obsidian stone. A black obsidian stone is actually going to help you differentiate between your energies and someone else's energies. So it's a very, very important thing for someone like an empath, an intuitive, someone with intuition, if you read cards or something like that, to keep this around you at all times. Now, like I said, you can keep this in your bedroom. I keep this in my bedroom. I actually keep it in my plant thingy over there. So it's interesting, you guys, because some plants actually can be protective as well. So I put it around my snake plant because snake plants are protective energies as well. I would bring my snake plant over here. I mean, I guess I could. Let me just show you guys my snake plant. Why not? This is like a show and tell live right now. So this is my snake plant. This is a good plant to have if you want to mitigate Mercury retrograde energy. All right. It's a good plant in terms of negativity, in terms of like literally like a physical representation of blocking negativity and things like that. But at the same time, snake plant is an air purifying plant, actually. So this plant will actually purify your air. Now, when it comes to air purifying elements or air purifying plants, let's think of it this way. When it comes to air, that's our thoughts, that's communication. So sometimes, our own thoughts can be negative, let's keep it real. Sometimes people can think or speak negativity towards you as well. So it's very, very important to keep plants, to keep crystals and things like that. Like I told you guys, I have some crystals. So like I said, this is black obsidian, or is this obsidian or is this black tourmaline? I think this is actually black tourmaline. But I think black tourmaline and black obsidian are kind of similar. This is black tourmaline, I think, not black obsidian. I'm sorry. This is pyrite, which is more good for money and things like that. So I keep 2 of these in there. And this is good for like dreams, premonitions. I don't know if you can see it, which is also Mercury retrograde. So you can actually Mercury retrograde proof your home all year round, you guys. Did you know that? I'm just trying to help y'all out. All right? I'm just trying to help you guys out. And girls and, stuff. Okay, let me catch up with the comments. I have attracted Pisces men in the past as well. Pisces talks to everyone, but only truly likes very few. We're very picky. I agree with that. I've never heard of that crystal stone before. Shungite? How often do you sage or cleanse your crystals? I don't sage or cleanse them that often at all. But what I do is I sage and cleanse my home a lot. So I just assume that when I sage and cleanse my, home, these are getting cleansed, automatically. But there are some crystals that you could charge, like, during the moonlight. There's some crystals that you can also charge with the sun too. One crystal that you can charge with the sun that I know of for sure is citrine, which is good, and I have one of those out in the living room. I need one in my room, but those are good more for like bringing in abundance, wealth, and prosperity, and things of that nature. These types of stones you want to charge around the moon. Stones that deal with protection and things like that, you want to charge these more around the moon. All right. Unless you're dealing with a serious situation and you need that extra fire that the sun provides, the moon should suffice, okay? Ow. Very true, Diana. We also like nice things, all things bright, glittery, and shining gold. We're very visual, only date attractive people, so we're often called superficial, but we're very kind. They are similar. I agree. Black obsidian and tourmaline are very similar. Hey everyone, would black star sapphire be recommended during the Mercury retrograde? I think so. Any crystal that's black is going to be a good crystal, all right, to use during Mercury retrograde, because black crystals tend to be associated with healing, protection, warding off negativity, and things of that nature. Okay. And we appreciate it so much, Lamar. Yes, Latasha, thank you. Yes, Lamar, thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you for being here and listening. Exactly, we're very kind, but have a bad temper when provoked. That's true. That is very true. So you guys, if you guys want live readings, I have finished my spiel. All right, I'm done talking. So if you guys want live readings now, we can do some live readings, or we can just chat for a little bit. What's up with you all? So yeah, I'm gonna post the PayPal link if you guys want to get a live reading. All right. It is $10 for one question, 20 for two questions, 30 for three questions, and make sure you send your question with your PayPal note. All right. Oh my God, what the hell? Oops. Okay, y'all. Is there anything you shouldn't do during Mercury retrograde? You should not do anything new. It's not necessarily a good time to start new relationships. It's not a good time to sign contracts. It's definitely not a good time to make big purchases. It's not a good time to go on long trips unless you have, crossed all your T's and dotted all your I's. because something can always come up. All right. So it's mainly a good time to go back and review and reflect on what you've already done and what could be worked on. All right. That's like the best thing to do during Mercury retrograde. I made the mistake of starting my podcast during Mercury retrograde last time we had a Mercury retrograde, and I swear I've not done a new podcast episode since November. So I'm hoping that this Mercury retrograde gets me back in that groove. All right. Exactly, Diana. What has Fonzie been up to? Fonzie has been living his life. You don't know how Fonzie is. He's an interesting character. But his new thing is he likes to hide in the cabinets in the kitchen. So I don't know what that's about. But I was looking for him this morning and I couldn't find him. And I was like, okay, he must be hiding. He'll come out or I'll find him eventually. Girl, I opened that cabinet to get some water and he was in there chilling. I was like, are you crazy? So that's Fonzie. All Topic says, Lamarr, you were right. I moved and it's very quiet up here. Only thing you hear is bed action next door for about 5 minutes and it's right back to quiet. Oh my God, 5 minutes? He's a true minute man. When I say 5, I really mean it too, girl. Okay, 5 minutes. Well, that's good for you, I guess. Maybe good for them too. I'm not sure. It wouldn't be good for me, honey. But hey, if they like it, I love it. And if you love it, I love it even more, honey. I'm just glad you're happy, All Topics YouTuber. Why would a Capricorn do that ignoring behavior? It's so frustrating. It depends on the situation. Hey, Temmie. Hi, I'm new. How are you? Hey, Alicia. I'm good. How are you? Thank you for being here. Remember, you guys, if you want a live reading, it is $10 for 1 question, 20 for 2 questions, 30 for 3 questions. I am also available on my website for personal readings, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. You can text me or call me at 703-791-9162. Or visit my website. I did upgrade my website, you guys know. We talked about that like last week. Naughty, he'll be back. Capricorns usually come back at some point. I'm a Virgo with the Gemini moon. That's interesting. Okay, sorry, hon. Didn't realize you were doing live readings. Thought you were just on live for chat. Heard you say we could chat. I mean, we're chatting, but I'm also doing live readings. If you guys want a live reading, go ahead and send your payment. I just posted the PayPal link, so if you want a reading from me, go ahead and send a live reading from me. Go ahead and send your payment to my PayPal with your question, and I'll answer it live. But I just came out kind of quickly, just to chat with y'all for a little bit. Taste the flesh. Capricorns. Jesus Christ. Capricorns ignore people when they're not feeling you at that moment. We do ignore you if we're not feeling you. We know it upsets people, but a lot of times we don't know how else to react. So we choose not to say anything. Which is funny because we hate when people do that to us. So I don't know what that's about. I've talked about the whole Capricorn ignoring thing in a lot of videos. So. Hey, Ebony, how are you? Virgos usually get along with Capricorns. They do because they're both Earth. So I hope so. I hope as so upsetting when it was he lied to me. Darn, these caps are hard words, so stubborn. Please me plus me being Leo doesn't help matter. Yeah, Leos, you guys like things to be worked out and be figured out here and now. Yeah, that's good, Ebony. Capricorn vs Leo, not a good combination. Definitely can be a not so good combination. I tend to think Capricorns actually go well better with Aries, but not every Capricorn is the same. So, Lamarr, about a year or two ago, I bought a Saint Dymphna candle, but never used it. When I went to check on it, the wick was gone, but I'm not sure whether I bought it like that. Maybe it's just meant to stay where it is. Sometimes people will take candles and they don't even need to really light them. All they need to do is put them on an altar or put them in a specific place in their home, and the candle does its magic. So I've heard of that before. Too true about Leo. I have zero patience. It says he was biting his tongue not to say hurtful. That's how it is. Do you think it may be a sign she doesn't want to work with me? It could be a sign that you're not meant to work with her right now in that capacity. I feel like she's trying to get used to you and your energy. You guys know when it comes to I don't know who Saint Dymphna is actually. I'm gonna have to look into her, but when it comes to working with these saints and these deities and these spirits and honey, it's probably certain cases these demons. All right, I don't work with demons, but to each their own. You have to actually create a relationship with them. All right, that's how that works. Hey, everybody. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I get wrapped up in my own world, honey. This retrograde got this Cancer a little messed up. What's up with that? It's probably Cancer North Node retrograde as well. I did a video about that yesterday. I mean, when he ignored in the past. Aries versus Aquarius, who would win? Have I not done that video yet? That's kind of a tough battle. Have I not done Aquarius versus Aries yet? It actually kind of amazes me that I still get comments on those videos. You guys like love those videos, actually. Hey Josh, how are you? Remember, you guys, if you guys want live readings, it is $10 for one question, 20 for two questions, 30 for three questions. I'm going to post the PayPal link right now. I do prefer PayPal. I also accept Cash App and Super Chat. All right. Just make sure you send your question with your payment. Nadia, please trust me. This Cappy backs off exactly for that reason that your man gave you. If you keep pushing a Cappy, our words actions can be hurtful. We try hard not to be like that. Accurate. I'm a December Capricorn. Yeah, she probably got upset because I stored it in the closet for a long time. It was rude now that I think about it. I could see that. I mean, not like upset, but it's like, okay, now you want to work with me? Like, especially with those we care about. Yeah. You're an Aquarius with an Aries rising. Your Aries comes out a lot. The rising sign tends to come out more a lot. Hey, Joali, thank you, Josh, for your $20 donation. Let's get into your question. All right. How do things play out in the long run between me and this girl in my math class named Brianna? So how do things play out in the long run between Josh and Mickey and Brianna? I always keep saying Mickey's like real tea. Thank you, Ebony, for your $10 donation. We'll get into your question after we do Josh's question. Remember, you guys, if you guys want live readings, it's $10 for one question, 20 for two questions, 30 for three questions, so on and so forth. I just posted the PayPal link. Stormy Weber says, hi, Lamarr. Did a name change on my account, not a new person. Hey, Stormy. What was your last name? You look familiar. Yeah, Stormy, you can donate for a celebrity question. Alexandra M. Okay, yeah, you look familiar. Uh-oh. Here we go with this phone about to die. It's about to get on my nerves, honey. Why can't phones be ever charging? All right, anyways. How will things play out between Mickey and this girl named Brianna in the long run? I think you guys, I don't know if you guys have worked together on like projects or if you've helped each other or been in study groups, but I feel like you guys would make good like study partners or something like that. Because there's something about this math class where it's kind of hard. I feel like there's a lot of, not systems you need to learn, but what's the word I'm thinking of? There's a lot of like algorithms, I guess, you need to learn, and you know how certain math equations, like they have their own equations. Like I'm seeing a lot of that, so I don't know what level of math it would be. But there's something about you, Josh, as well, where you're smarter than the average person, so you catch on to things pretty quickly. All right. So I see that like she may come to you for help a lot, and vice versa. You may come to her for help every now and then when you need it. So I see like a good steady relationship between the two of you, actually. All right. Past that, I definitely see some attraction. I get the Lovers card coming out. Sorry, I can't stand that these cards are so like. Anyway, they're beautiful though. I get the Lovers card here showing up in your placement of romance. All right, so, but it's kind of like first impression romance. Outside of that, I don't know. It's kind of convenience right now. So it would be a little bit of work, I think, to make it last past the classroom. But I actually think you guys are going to talk once the class is over. Like, you're going to keep talking. I think just once the class is over, it's probably going to be more of an effort to meet around campus or just to meet up and, go on dates and stuff like that. All right. So your next question is, does that make sense? Can Ariel Carr tell that I'm a Capricorn? Can Ariel Carr tell that Josh is a Capricorn? Can Ariel Carr tell that Josh is a Capricorn? It's interesting because I feel like Ariel is interested into astrology, or she's interested into tarot reading, psychic reading, spirituality in some sense. So I feel like she's tapping into something about you. I don't know if she's tapping into that you're a Capricorn, but she's tapping into Capricorn aspects about you. So I feel like in a lot of ways she's spot on in her spiritual assessments about you. So I want to say yes, she can tell that you're a Capricorn, but I don't know if I don't know if that's what she's actually tapping into. There's something where she's good at astrology, or she's good at like spiritual readings, but I don't think she's like a master of it necessarily yet. So, but I think she can definitely tell Capricorn traits within you. Yes. Okay. So let's get into, does that make sense, Josh? Another copy, I love you guys, but you're also a nightmare because you can be your own worst enemies when it comes to feelings and making things harder than they need to be. Yeah, I'm learning that, actually, Nadia, so thank you for reading me a bit. Because I'm learning that. I'm learning I need to be more open with my emotions, not only in the sense of love, but also just in general, Leo and Kathy can be a difficult combination, yeah. My past crush was a Cappy, and that was a no. Current crush is a Leo. I love Leos, actually. I would date a Leo. I think us Capricorns are just hard to deal with for most. We can barely deal with ourselves at times. That's true. Because a lot of times I do give my own self a headache. Tell me about it, hun. Love him to bits, but drive each other crazy, good and bad. Yeah, okay. Okay, I would like to ask about the basketball player Devin Booker. A lot of girls will want to know these questions. He has a huge Tumblr fandom. Okay, interesting. I think Leos are great friends, but this Cappy has a hard time keeping up with a romantic relationship. Leos like to take charge. They do. It's interesting though, because Capricorns don't like people taking charge of them. We are moody and we have extremely high expectations at times. Definitely not transparent a lot of the times. True. Devin Booker. Okay, so I'll get into your question after I do Ebony's. I'm just trying to get through these comments. Makes total sense. Thanks. You're welcome, Josh. Fear of being judged or hurt. We do have a fear of being judged or hurt. Hi, Lamarr. Do you like Pisces individuals? I do. I like Pisces. My 7th house is in Pisces, so I'm naturally attracted to Pisces when it comes to relationships and things like that. Ooh, child, that's a juicy question, honey. All right, so let's get into Ebony's question, you guys. Remember, if you guys want a live reading, it is $10 for 1 question, $20 for 2 questions, $30 for 3 questions, so on and so forth. And make sure you send your question with your PayPal payment. All right, so we're going to get into Ebony's question. Thank you, Ebony, for your $10 donation for 1 question. What is this song, honey? Okay. I'm stuck in. I thought I would die. Looked in my eyes till something changed. Losing too much again in the way we talking the strangest love. That's fine, Stormy. Okay, let's get into Ebony's question, you all. I never had anywhere to go. No one can show me, no one can hear me. Baby, just tell me. Oh, it's a different pain when we've seen too much again in the way we talk in the strangest love. Till something changes. It's a different plane when we're saying too much. Okay. I don't have to know what you're saying. I don't have to play up no more. I'm talking about that's all what words are for. Okay, so Ebony says, hey, I just want to know, what do you see in general coming up in the next few months? I've gone from being totally not in control of my emotions to now I want to care about things, but I can't. Weird, but I don't know if this is good or bad. Interesting. Again in the way we talking the strangers to love. What's coming up for Ebony in the next few months? Ooh, the Tower automatically pops out. Interesting. There is something though where you're like opening up spiritually. You're opening up to the idea that maybe you're not in control. Maybe there is a higher power that has, a purpose and a plan, and a meaning for everything that you go through. So it's like, even with the Tower moments you've gone through, you've slowly, realized, okay, maybe this all had to happen for a reason, Hey Richard, that's weird. I'll send the link again. I don't know why it wouldn't be working. PayPal is always changing things up, so let me know if it works. What the heck just happened? I'm gonna try the link myself real quick. I don't know if the link shows up. All right, well, hopefully you figure it out. Okay, so let's see if if that doesn't work, then super chat is fine. What's coming up for Ebony in the next few months? At the bookstore today, but bought manga tarot instead and really regret it. Really? What store did you go to? Because I feel like I saw the manga tarot and I felt like I was kind of like, okay, I don't think I would like that actually. There was something about this one when I saw it, I was like, yes. So, Ebony, I see a man show up. This is a King of Pentacles, interestingly enough. This could be your energy, all right? It does show up in your self-image. So I feel like, in some way, you're trying to become the master of your own life. Obviously, you're trying to level up in terms of your finances, level up in terms of your status in life. So I feel like when it comes to that, since you're definitely headed in the right direction, and as I say that, I pull the Seven of Pentacles, which tells me you're growing into abundance, wealth, and prosperity. So you're on the right track to abundance, wealth, and prosperity, I feel like. Now, when it comes to the Seven of Pentacles, this deals with more so like being patient. Literally, your wealth and abundance and prosperity is going to grow like a plant, like a garden, and things like that. You're going to have to water it. You're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to have the right conditions for it and things like that. But I see it growing regardless. There's something where you're definitely on the right track within these next few months. But I'm telling you, patience is going to be needed. The Hanged Woman here, showing up in your thoughts. Also showing up in your placement of dealing with others. I feel like when it comes to your love life, you're going to have an awakening of some sorts. There could be someone, I don't know if you're dating someone currently right now, Ebony, but I feel like there could be someone that new that actually comes into your life. And it kind of like, it's like, do I choose the past or do I choose the future? The potential future. I would say go with the future, go with the new guy that comes in. He shows up possibly around work. All right. Work, career, your routine, something along those lines. Okay. Thank you, Courtney, for your $10 donation. Thank you, Richard, for your $10 donation as well. We will do both of your questions after we do Stormy's. Strangest love, love, love. So I see some major shifts coming up in regards to your love life, Ebony, in the next few months. I also see some shifts coming up in terms of your money. I feel like once again you're saving more money, and you're having like long-term money goals that will help you like your money go longer, grow longer. So it's like you're definitely heading in the right direction for stability with yourself and other people in the next few months. All right. Also see the potential for like a new job. So I don't know if you're looking for a new job or if that's where this extra money is going to be coming from. Both guys are flighty. I'm focusing on me. Yes, that's the best thing to do. Barnes & Noble, the deck is pretty, but the cards are so thin and there's no diversity. I don't like that. Most illustrations are of males, including the pages cards. Yeah, I don't like that either. I don't like how all, you know, some of the... it's interesting because I do have a gay deck with just males, but I don't bring that out that often because I actually have more clients that are females than males. So it seems kind of counterintuitive at that, you know, when it comes to that, but... Okay, now we're going to get into your question, Stormy. Strangest love. Sorry, you guys. I'm like listening to Britney Spears and getting my life, honey. Oh, you guys can't see it. I love Britney. Okay. Yeah, I'm going back to school. That's great. And yes, I have an interview tomorrow. Great job as usual, Lamar. Oh, thank you, Ebony. You're welcome. Okay, so let's get into Stormy's question, and then we'll get into the next questions. So Stormy wants to know: does Devin Booker have secret baby by a girl named Aaliyah Petty? Is he in love with his current girlfriend Hannah? Why does Aaliyah Petty sound like a familiar name? And that's like 2 questions. Devin Booker, Sun in Scorpio, Moon Gemini, Mercury Scorpio. Okay. He's still a basketball player with a big Tumblr following. Okay. I never had anywhere to go alone. I've been here all alone. Is it me, or has Britney Spears been seeming a lot more normal than usual in her Instagram posts? Does Devin Booker have a secret baby by a girl named Aaliyah, and is he in love with his girlfriend Hannah? Is Devin Booker in love with his girlfriend Hannah? And does he have a secret child? I definitely feel like he could have a secret child because I see him siphoning off money to like another woman or something like that. Is he in love with his current girlfriend? I don't know. That's kind of a toughie because I think he's cheating on her. Does Devin Booker allegedly? I don't know this guy. Does Devin Booker have a secret baby by Aaliyah Petty, and is he in love with his current girlfriend Hannah? I love Britney. Slay for You is best live performance in MTV VMA history. I know, right? Strangest love. Strangest love. I think he's definitely cheating on the girlfriend Hannah. So it's hard to say whether or not he's really in love with her. Some people can be really in love and still cheat, you know, so... But is he really in love with her? From what I see, I don't think so. I happen to think if someone cheats, they're not really that much in love, all right, as they think. It's more comfort. It's more, you know, stability, something along those lines, usually is what I find. Does he have a secret child? I don't. I definitely see he could have a secret child. But I feel like whoever the woman is he has a child with is like he's trying to keep her hush hush. So I feel like he may be paying her off, and things of that nature. He's gonna do everything in his power to make sure she, especially, doesn't try to get him for what is it called? Child support. I almost called it alimony, girl. But yeah, I see he's gonna really try to ensure that she doesn't come from him for child support, because if she does that, well then the cat's out of the bag. All right. So that's what I see with that. Hey, David. How are you? Thank you for being here. I got the King of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles earlier, and it felt like he was paying her hush money too. Yeah, I feel like she's like getting hush money. How do you develop your psychic abilities? I'm working on it, but I'm having trouble doing readings. One thing is you really want to make sure that you cleanse your energies. All right, you cleanse your cards. If you're working with cards, you cleanse your tools. If your body is your tool, then you want to keep your body cleansed, take spiritual baths and things like that. All right, and that will actually help to develop your psychic abilities, because it'll help you to easier navigate the energies. But other than that, crystals is a good way. Meditation, practice. Also, I got Three of Cups, which could have been him, her, and baby. Yeah, exactly. So thank you, Josh, for your $9.99 donation. Swift sing too much, again in the way we talking with strangers love till something changes. Oh. I don't have to know what you're saying. I don't have to be on the ring no more. Don't talk no more. That's not what words are for. But till something changes. Let's get into Richard's question, you guys. Oh, Richard, are you here? Oh. What are you talking about? I think I missed your other. So what's your question, Richard? Because I didn't get anything in your note. Hey, Magdalena. Strangest love. Love, love. Oh, strangest love. Love, love, love. Strangest love, love, love. Oh, oh, oh. The question is above the text showing on the screen. Where? I don't see it. Okay, I'm just gonna use what you sent already. So I'm gonna use this little message here on the screen. So I will be doing all the vocals and instruments myself since I can afford professional studio time. So it might be a lot of wasted hard work. Not sure if the commitment is worth it. So is the commitment worth it for Richard to do all the vocals and instruments himself? Remember, if you guys want elaborating, it's $10 per one question, 20 for two questions, 30 for three questions, so on and so forth. And I've been here alone. No one can hear me. Maybe just tell me till something changes. It's a different. You just type a message again. It didn't show. I don't know why it's not showing. So I'm just gonna use this. I'm assuming your question deals with the message on the screen. So is it worth it for you to do all the vocals and instruments yourself rather than do professional studio time? I don't have to be alone. Don't talk no more. I think it would be a good chance for you to showcase your skills, your talents. So I don't think it would be a bad idea to do everything yourself or try to do everything yourself. I think you could learn the skills it needs to make it more polished if you need to make it more polished down the line. Eventually, maybe you could save money and, pay someone else to polish it a bit more. But I think there's something about actually doing everything yourself would be a good look for you. All right, because it would show your range of talent and skills and things of that nature. If you did it yourself, though, I don't think it would be as polished. There's certain elements to it where I don't think it would be as polished, all right, as it would be maybe if you got professional studio time. But once again, experience is the best teacher. So I think maybe even if you tinker with things on your own, you could figure out how to polish it yourself. Once again, it may take time, but diligence and persistence, I feel like, is going to get you to where you want sooner than you think when it comes to that. All right. My question is about Tanika's Jackson's. I don't know why it's not showing. I don't know, but did I just answer your question? Nadia says, "Hi, Richard. I'm a musician, and as a musician, I would say if it's your passion, it will always be worth it." Exactly, Nadia. That's what I'm saying. So I think it would be worth it, Richard. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to Courtney's question. Thank you, Courtney, for sending your $10 donation. Thanks. I'll have to get it together with the question sending next time. You're welcome. So Courtney wants to know, should she find a new place in New Orleans for another year or relocate for good? My 27th birthday is Saturday, plus that in return for the next 3 years I've been feeling flighty. So should Courtney find a new place in New Orleans for another year or relocate for good? Should Courtney find another place in New Orleans for another year or relocate for good? Remember, you guys, it's $10 for one question, 20 for two questions, 30 for three questions. If you guys want a live reading, go ahead and send your PayPal payment. Should Courtney find a new place in New Orleans for another year or relocate for good? I feel like part of you wants to leave for good right now. But something tells me like the age of 28 would be a better year for you to leave New Orleans completely. So I want to say it might be a good idea to stay in New Orleans for another year, just to get all your ducks in a row, save your money, find the place you want to even move to, and then go in for the kill or go in for your mark. All right? Because I think being better prepared or more planned when it comes to moving from New Orleans would be better, because I think you wouldn't go into a new situation, a new state, a new country, not feeling prepared. I think part of your thing is you like to feel prepared. So I think, if you can find a new place in New Orleans, maybe on the outskirts of the city or something like that, where it's like you're there, but you're not there, and you kind of still have your own peace and things like that while you try to find a new place you want to live, I feel like that would be a good idea. Does that make sense, Courtney? It's a different place. What I've seen too much, I get in the way of strangers to love. Because something tells me, I don't know why I keep hearing you need to solidify your roots in New Orleans. So I don't know what that means. Maybe you were born there, born and raised. Or maybe you are meant to stay there for another year for some sort of reason, of spiritual means. Like maybe there's some lessons you need to learn still. There's no words to fall, but till something changes. So you guys, remember, if you all want a live reading, it is $10 for one question, 20 for two questions, 30 for three questions, so on and so forth. I just posted the PayPal link. We're talking the strangest love. Strangest love. Strangest love. Strangest love. My feet are freezing. Unfortunately, I don't know where my other sock went, though. Where did my other sock go? That's weird. All right, you guys. I guess I'm gonna sign off now because there's really not much to talk about at this point. I guess I'm gonna be wearing mismatched socks because yeah. All right. Oh, Josh, you sent a super chat. Thank you, Josh, for your $9.99 super chat. So, let's see what your question is. Did Karma get Josh back for beating up Christian Gonzalez in middle school? Yeah, I feel like it's come back in the form of you having issues with girls or issues with women. It's come back in the form of you feeling like in some ways you're not strong or you have to prove your strength. All right, so it's come back. Karma's come back more in the form of mental and emotional for doing this years ago. All right. That's what I see about that. Mental, emotional, and spiritual. Does that make sense? So it's like you're beating yourself up now. All right. Well, if you guys don't have any more questions, if you guys don't have anything else to talk about, I'm going to get off. Thank you all for being here. And I hope you all have a great day, great night, great evening, great morning whenever you're watching this video. Remember, I am available for personal readings on my website, Lamarr Townsend Tarot.com. I hope I prepared you guys a little bit for this Mercury retrograde season coming up. Once again, Mercury goes retrograde on February 17th, and I believe it goes direct around March 10th. So, or maybe it's March something else. Let me actually look that up really quickly. Yeah, between February 17th and March 10th. So it's not that long. It's like a month-ish, but still, it sucks. All right. So I hope I prepared you guys a little bit for Mercury retrograde coming up soon. Remember, I'm available for personal readings on my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. All right. You can also call me or text me at 703-791-9162. And I will talk to you guys later. Love and light. God bless and no stress. I'll see you for your own personal reading, or I'll see you in the next video.